How's bros? My name is PewDiePie, and today these are my UFC 322 predictions. I almost said recap right there. This is not a recap. These are my predictions. Welcome to the second channel. Welcome to a second Gator has hit the tower. That's what a second Gator is short for. You know, double entendre right there. So these are going to be my sports recaps. I'll do a recap and prediction video for each UFC numbered card for sure. I'm probably going to try and cover more other sports a lot more frequently. It depends on if I have the time to do so. But I'm hoping that there will be a very large project coming sometime in the very near future that is potentially, not saying anything, maybe, potentially a big old collaboration, but that's very wishful thinking. So, welcome in. These are my UFC 322 predictions. We're going to go ahead and get started with Vyacheslav Borshchev versus Mateusz Camilo. We've got one of the most Eastern European men of all time taking on, I think he looks like a Brazilian light skin. So, already off on it. We have one of the most Eastern European looking men of all time taking on a Brazilian who's just mogging. We have the most Eastern European name of all time taking on this Eastern European. We have the most Eastern European man of all time taking on Mateusz Camilo. He kind of looks like a mouse that, I don't know, mogs. But Borshchev has a horrible record. But Borshchev isn't as bad as you would think compared to Camilo, because Camilo's only win, I want to say, is against Cody Brundage as a split decision. Both of these guys suck. They are not good. If you're not a super hardcore, straight up, don't watch this fight. This fight has the potential to be the most forgettable, most boring fight of the night, or it could be absolutely generational. I'm kind of leaning towards, it being boring as shit. So even though Borshchev has a way worse record, and his record is just horrible, I'm leaning towards Borshchev on this one. If I had to give you a reason, it's because he is Russian. Moving on, we've got Baisangur Susurkaev versus Eric McConico. Baisangur Susibaka versus Eric McConico. I want to say Guru called him fucking Tung Sohor. So we've got Tung Sohor Susibaka versus Eric McConico. Susibaka, I want to say he made his debut a couple months ago, and it was a really solid win. I think it was against Tom Nolan. I believe it was a second round submission. Let's see. Am I right on that one? Hold up. I'm fucking goated. Holy shit. All right, yeah. Susibaka got a second round submission a couple months ago. Eric McConico is not good. So we're rocking with Susibaka. What is his record? You barely beat Cody Brundage. Oh, shit. That's what I got mixed up. I got Mateusz Camilo. Because funny thing is, this isn't my first take. This is my second take. This is probably actually number 3 or 4. But I had a whole bunch of audio issues. So I low-key did get Eric McConico and Mateusz Camilo mixed up. Who has Camilo fought? Nobody? And a whole bunch of nobodies probably. He fought Green, and he got subbed. All right. Yeah. So I think that Susibaka is probably going to beat up Eric McConico. I say second round submission. Moving on, we've got Angela Hill versus Fatima Kline. Angela Hill is just woman, what's his name? Not Jeff Neal, but the other one. I think Neil Magny. She's just female Neil Magny. I mean, holy shit, dude. 18 and 15. She's got a way worse record than Neil Magny, but I mean, she's literally just female Neil Magny. Win one, lose one, win one, lose one, win one, lose one. Always hovering around the 10 to 15, 10 to 20 rank spot. But Fatima Kline actually knocks bitches out. So I'm rocking with Fatima Kline on this one. I think she's probably going to get decision. I wouldn't count on her to have multiple finishes in a row, because I want to say her last win was a head kick knockout. Yeah. So, versus nobody. So yeah, I'm rocking with Fatima Kline. I think Fatima Kline is probably going to get this one done. I doubt that she'll have back-to-back finishes, so I'm going to rock with Fatima Kline on the decision. Moving on, we've got Pat Sabatini versus Chepe Mariscal. In my main earlier take, I was joking about Pat Sabatini being the dude who allegedly groomed Rose Namajunas. That's not Pat Sabatini, that's Pat Barry. Sorry, Pat Sabatini. You're not actually a pedo. My bad. However, you're still going to get your shit pushed in by Chepe. Chepe doesn't have the best record, but Chepe is good. I want to say he made his debut either earlier this year or last year. And, yeah, he's on a nice little... He beat Morgan Charrier. No, he didn't make his debut. He beat Jack Jenkins. Okay, Chepe's got a really good record. What the hell? He's on a 6-fight win streak. Chepe's legit. Yeah, no, we're rocking with Chepe on this one for sure. Pat Sabatini's just a boring American wrestler, dude. And Chepe can throw hands. So I think Chepe probably wins this one via decision. Moving on, we've got Kyle Daukaus versus GM3. Everyone's rocking with Kyle Daukaus on this one. Because didn't Kyle Daukaus just knock out Michel Pereira? Yeah, he did. He did just knock out Michel Pereira. He doesn't... Ooh, lost to Dolidze. Okay. Interesting. He's fought a lot of legit dudes. Kyle Daukaus versus Gerald Meerschaert. This is Kyle Daukaus' second go-around here at the UFC. He just knocked Michel Pereira the fuck out. But I genuinely think Michel Pereira has been throwing fights for at least 2.5 years now. There's no way that Michel Pereira is a real person actually trying at MMA. I just don't believe it. So everyone's rocking with Kyle Daukaus on this one. And, you know, I may or may not have watched some other prediction videos before making my own. And I'm not afraid to say that. I'm not afraid to say that I look to elders and I look to my peers for their opinions. But most of them are rocking with Kyle Daukaus. And I heard a couple of them say, like, Gerald Meerschaert's probably going to win because everyone's picking Kyle Daukaus. I'm picking Gerald Meerschaert. I think the boss music is starting to play. I think Gerald Meerschaert probably taps him out in like the last 30 seconds of the third round. I think Gerald Meerschaert's going to be down for 2.5 rounds, and then boom, he's going to whip out the submission out of nowhere. Everyone's going to go crazy. That is exactly what I predict is going to happen. Moving on, we've got Malcolm Wellmaker versus Cody Haddon. My dogs are playing right now. I'm not Hassan Piker, so I won't shock them to make them shut up. So, sorry, chat. You're just going to have to listen to my dogs playing. Malcolm Wellmaker versus Cody Haddon. Malcolm Wellmaker is going to fucking chin this guy. I don't know how else to say it. Malcolm Wellmaker is going to put this guy 6 feet beneath the earth. I think this will be the most brutal knockout of the night. You know, Cody Haddon is allegedly legit, and his only loss is to Bedtime MMA. What's the guy's name? The Australian flyweight. What the hell is the guy's name? He just fought for Steve Erceg. Apparently his only loss is to Steve Erceg. So, like, it's not a bad loss, but honestly, I think Steve Erceg is highly overrated. And I think Malcolm Wellmaker is fucking legit. He is colding motherfuckers in less than a round. He's just sparking dudes and then getting a $50K bonus right afterwards. I really don't think it's going to be that different. Malcolm Wellmaker might be the hardest hitting 135er. To put it, to take the words out of Jeremy Stevens' mouth. The hardest hitting 135er. Moving on, we've got Aaron Blanchfield taking on my wife. Oh, mommy is taking on Aaron Blanchfield. Who do I think is going to win this one? I'm rocking with Tracy Cortez. I have no reason to think so. Aaron Blanchfield is the much more talented fighter, but I'm picking Tracy Cortez. Moving on. We've got Roman Kopylov versus Gregory Rodrigues. I think Roman Kopylov sucks. My dogs are going crazy right now, but I'm not about to zap spell them. I'm not about to commit the Hassan. Roman Kopylov versus Gregory Rodrigues. I think RoboCop is going to spark Obama. My fellow Brazilians, I think Roman Kopylov is getting fed to the sharks this Saturday. RoboCop, a.k.a. Brazilian Obama, will take care of it. My fellow Americans, I can guarantee you that. So, we got Gregory Rodrigues. Probably, I think, I legitimately hate Roman Kopylov for no other reason than he just sucks. He's boring as fuck. He's not super entertaining. He's not entertaining on the mic right now. I'm saying this as I'm, like, fumbling my fucking words. I'm saying that Roman Kopylov isn't entertaining on the mic, and I'm struggling to come to words as to why I don't like Roman Kopylov. The fucking irony in that. But no, I just don't like Roman Kopylov for no other reason than fuck Roman Kopylov. We're rocking with Gregory Rodrigues. We think Brazilian Obama's going to take it home. I think probably second round knockout. If it wasn't for, because in his fight against Jared Cannonier, he was looking fantastic. RoboCop was killing it. And then at the end, I can't remember if it was at the end of the second round or if it was at the end of the first round, where he just got caught by Jared Cannonier and he could never recover. Going into the next round, he was still so stunned and wobbled. He literally did not have an opportunity to recover, and Jared Cannonier just put him out. So I think that RoboCop is really, really good. His chin, not the best. His defense, not the best. But in terms of his technical ability, I think he's just hand and foot above Roman Kopylov. I don't think Roman Kopylov is good. I think RoboCop's second round TKO. Moving on. We've got Bot Nickal versus Rodolfo Vieira. Oh boy, I can't tell you how happy I was when Bo Nickal lost to Reiner de Ridder, man. Oh, when RDR hit that knee straight up the middle, put Bo Nickal out, that was a good day. My little brother has always been a Bo Nickal fan. So my little brother, some Gator lore here. My little brother was really, really into wrestling in high school and, like, competed for our school. And, he was really into wrestling until he tore his labrum and just, he wasn't able to compete after that anymore. And I want to say at, 16, he tore his labrum. But he always, kept up with wrestling, and he kept up with a lot of different things. And the main schools that he followed were Nebraska, because that was the school he wanted to go to for wrestling if he ended up wrestling, or Iowa. Obviously, that's where Bo Nickal's from. That's where Bo Nickal went to school at. Oh, shit. I shouldn't be doxing my little brother. Fuck. My little brother. Let me recalibrate. I just accidentally self-doxed my younger brother. Let me fucking recalibrate. All right. My younger brother wanted to go to Nebraska for wrestling after competing in high school, but he just didn't have the opportunity to. He tore his labrum, and his wrestling hopes and dreams just vanished in an instant. He was actually really good at it, too. But, he still kept up with the sport, and the two teams that he followed, I hate calling them teams because this shit is not team sports. As someone who played fucking football, actual team sports, I don't like calling this team sports, but the two schools that he kept up with were Nebraska and Iowa. And I'm 99% certain Bo Nickal went to Iowa. And that's the only reason why I knew about Bo Nickal well before any of the, UFC just Nepo babying, fucking Dana White privilege, astroturfing Bo Nickal to make him seem like a grassroots campaign. I did not like Bo Nickal purely for the fact that my little brother has always been a Bo Nickal fan. And I don't know, there's an aspect about some things that my little brother likes. I'm sure all big brothers can relate to this, but some things my little brother likes, I just have to hate on for the sake that he likes it. And then there are other things where I have like an affinity for that just because my brother likes it. Fuck Bo Nickal. Holy yap sesh, Batman. How many of y'all clicked off the fucking video? Jeez Louise. All that to say, yeah, my nice little fucking 5-minute rant about why my little brother likes Bo Nickal and why I don't. Who gives a fuck, right? I know I don't. I just said the fucking rant, and I know that shit was boring. However, I'm leaving it in the video because I know that it will extend the video watch time. Bo Nickal versus Rodolfo Vieira. I think Bo Nickal probably gets it done. I don't think Rodolfo Vieira is all that good. Who was his last fight against? Trayshawn Gore, Petrosyan. Yeah, he's not good. I think this is literally the level of competition Bo Nickal had been fighting before they put him up against RDR. I think Bo Nickal probably just wrestle fucks him and has a really boring decision win. I think he's going to play it super conservatively. I don't see Bo Nickal going out there fucking throwing big meaty hooks, overhanding him, and sleeping Rodolfo Vieira. I don't see anything like that happen. I see a boring 3 straight rounds of wrestle fucking. Moving on, we've got Beneil Dariush versus war criminal Benoit Saint Denis. I don't like Benoit Saint Denis. I think he's very entertaining. I think he's very fun to watch. Fuck the French, though. That's all I gotta say. Fuck the French. Fuck Benoit Saint Denis. I know that Lucas is like super high on him. Fuck Benoit Saint Denis. He's just not that good. He's a marauder. He's the type to bite down on the mouth guard and just start swinging big meaty hooks. You know, the type to really throw all tactics to the window and just start throwing these mean body shots up against the cage. You know, boom, knee to the body, boom, hook, knee, hook. And he just sucks. Benoit Saint Denis is not technically good. Yeah, he can beat up on Libyans. He can beat up on guys from Libya that are civilians. He can airstrike 22 civilians in Libya and not have any issues with it. I don't think Beneil Dariush is an unarmed Libyan. I think Beneil Dariush probably puts him in a pretzel. I think we probably get a very boring but satisfying 3 rounds of Beneil Dariush just smothering and wrestle fucking Benoit Saint Denis. I've got Beneil over Benoit Scam Denis. Moving on, we've got Leon Edwards versus CP.
Oh boy, my favorite fighter. I think it's appropriate for Trunks to talk about this one.
What the fuck? I wonder
if the audio sounds good, because this isn't the mic that I use to record my videos. But, oh boy, Leon Edwards taking on CP.
I don't know if I should do the entire thing in the Trunks voice. All right, chat. Let me explain my mental predicament. Let me impose these stresses and anxieties and bullshit onto you. Let me impart this. So, if I start doing the voices mid-video, and I have people who watch these videos and these videos only, they're not gonna get the jokes that are between the two. You know what? Fuck those people. If you watch my content, you should watch all of my content. That means you need to subscribe now. All right, I'm just gonna do it because fuck it.
Even though Ian Cucciato Ferry owns CP, I think that CP is gonna spark the fuck out of Leon Edwards. I think Leon Edwards fucking sucks. If you watched his last fight against Bilal, that shit was embarrassing. And then the fight after, I said the last fight, his last fight was against Sean Brady. But the fight against Bilal was an embarrassment. And the fight against Sean Brady is arguably way worse. Fuck Leon Edwards. I think that we're going to see this guy get just, I don't know, obliterated at least. Fuck Leon Edwards. I think that he's going to get obliterated, probably 2nd or 3rd round TKO. CP is the real deal. He's my favorite fighter for a very specific reason.
Stay tuned for more Trunks talking about CP. But yeah, we got Leon Edwards versus CP. I don't think Leon Edwards is good. I think Leon Edwards is the most overrated fighter in the UFC. And his climb to the belt was just really, really, really lucky timing-wise. I think after he beat Kamaru Usman the first time, Kamaru Usman completely lost all confidence. He'd never been knocked the fuck out like that before. You know, he was scared, very timid going into their rematch. And that's why Leon won the second fight. He was in Kamaru's head the whole time. Or the third fight, I mean. But he was in Kamaru's head the entire time. Kamaru wasn't able to do anything with it. Leon kept the belt. And the division moved on. Then he fights old-ass Colby Covington, who broke his foot in the first round. And Colby, really, like, looking back on it, Colby didn't look that bad. Leon looked horrible. How could you not kill a one-legged fucking pirate hopping around on a peg leg? How could you not just murder Colby Covington, who's been out of the cage for 2 years? You are supposed to be the best welterweight on the planet, and you can't even legitimately harm Colby? What the fuck are you doing? I think that should have been the first sign that Leon Edwards sucks. So I think Leon's definitely going to get pieced the fuck up. I think Prates is just going to walk him down. And either late second round or early third round, walk him down, corner Leon Edwards, start teeing off on him, hits him with a really nasty, probably left hook. Leon crumples dead. Carlos Prates, late second, early third round knockout. Moving on, we've got Sean Brady versus Michael Morales. This is an interesting fight. This is a very interesting fight. Miles Morales, you know, the exaggerated swagger of a black teen. I think he's a very good and very entertaining fighter, but he hasn't been tested in a way that I don't know, like, value that much. Like, Gilbert Burns normally is like the test to see if you're ready for like a title fight. Because if you can beat Gilbert Burns and if you can do it very convincingly, you're ready for a title fight. That's kind of how it's been for the last like 5 or so years. But over the last year, since the JDM fight since JDM and Gilbert Burns fought, Gilbert Burns has not been the same fighter. And I think it was really obvious in the fight between Miles Morales, the exaggerated swagger of a black teen, and Gilbert Burns. So I really don't think Morales has been tested like that, but he has really, really sharp hands. I thought, personally, a more interesting matchup would have been Miles Morales, exaggerated swagger of a black teen, versus CP. But, you know, I'm fine with this fight. I would have rather seen Sean Brady take on Shavkat, but Shavkat's probably not coming back for another 3 years. So, who the fuck knows? But in this one, I'm definitely leaning towards Sean Brady. Sean Brady looked so fucking good in his fight against Leon Edwards. I think he is the most legitimate number one contender in the welterweight division. I think Sean Brady has the best resume out of everyone in the welterweight division. I think he's looked the most impressive eye test-wise out of everyone in the welterweight division. I think he's fucking legit. So I just in good faith can't pick against him. I think I'm going to pick Sean Brady via decision. Moving on, we've got Valentina Shevchenko versus Zhang Weili. All my homies fuck with Zhang Weili. We rock with Zhang Weili. All my homies fuck with Zhang Weili. We're rocking with Zhang Weili on this one. I don't think Shevchenko is the same fighter that she has been. I think that Manon Fiorot sucks. A, she's French. B, she's a woman. And C, she's a French woman. There's no way she's winning a fight. So Valentina Shevchenko obviously won that fight. That matchup should have just never happened. Just get rid of Manon Fiorot. Zhang Weili is fucking legit, though. And Shevchenko's kept it close with, oh gosh. What's her name? My other wife. Why am I forgetting my wife's names? I'm such a bad husband. My concubines will never forgive me for this. What the fuck is her name? Alexa? Alexa Grasso, yes, Alexa Grasso. Holy shit, dude. After having like close fights with Alexa Grasso, I just don't think Shevchenko's that good. So I genuinely think Zhang Weili probably gets this one done. They're so close in size anyways. It's a 10-pound difference. Shevchenko is literally only an inch taller than her. I think Zhang Weili can bulk up very easily and not make that much of a difference. I don't think it'll affect her speed. I don't think it'll affect her her endurance. I think Zhang Weili is extremely well-rounded and has a really good gas tank. And I just think she gets it done via decision. Moving on. We've got JDM versus Braza. Send him 2-3 years Dagestan and forget. The meme that all the normies found. We can't enjoy Islam Makachev anymore. The normies fucking found him. I hope they don't ruin John Pork like they did send him 2-3 years Dagestan and forget. That was one of the funniest inside jokes within the MMA community. And then you saw a billion different edits where it had that stupid ass song, and then it will have like the video of the water at sunset, and it'll just show the text on screen. And it'll be like, Braza, send him 2-3 years Dagestan and forget. And like millions and millions of views. It's just right around the time of the fucking chill guy meme. Two of the worst like AstroTurfed fucking worst memes of all time, in my opinion. But yeah, we're rocking with bloody JDM, mate. We got JDM via TKO. That's all you're getting for the Australian accent, because if I try and push it any farther than that, it will become completely unrecognizable. JDM definitely. I think JDM probably gets this. I know that most people are fence-sitting this one. People don't want to pick against Makhachev. People don't want to say that Makhachev gets knocked out. I'm here to end that trend. Islam Makachev, your time has come. You're getting sent back to Dagestan, back to fuck your goats, back to fuck your cousin wife. Get the fuck out of here. You're going home. I think JDM is going to fucking destroy this guy. All right, definitely got to re-record that segment. Holy shit. No, but in all honesty, I definitely think JDM is going to destroy Islam Makachev. I think Islam's too small, and JDM is just Dustin Poirier with better hips and taller. Dustin Poirier plus 3 inches, 15 pounds, and a like way more crooked nose. And his hips aren't fucked up. Islam struggled so much against Dustin Poirier that really made me think that there's a severe chink in the armor. I think JDM is going to be able to exploit that, and I genuinely think JDM gets a TKO. I think he's going to send him back down to 155. Islam Makachev is then going to fight Ilya. This will probably be mid next year, Islam versus Ilya, and I think that Islam moving down and getting knocked out is going to cause him to get destroyed by Ilya. I think this will be fairly close for maybe 2 rounds. I think Makhachev doesn't have the strength. He doesn't have the size. And frankly, like, everyone acts like he's this world beater. If you go back and rewatch the fight against Moicano, he really did not look that impressive. Moicano has had a collarbone issue for years that he refuses to get fixed. All Makhachev did was exploit the collarbone. Like, it's not like he did anything crazy. Like, he just exploited a fighter's broken bone after getting dropped earlier in the round. I'm not that high on Makhachev. I think Makhachev is probably going to get fucked up by JDM. JDM, I say 3rd round TKO. Well, that's the channel, everybody. This is the video. Welcome. Welcome to a second Gator has hit the tower. I hope that I wasn't blinding everybody constantly with moving my head around in the background. I guarantee I probably was. Man, I guarantee I was. And I'm really going to not enjoy editing this in the moment. But thank you all for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, tap into the main channel, tap into the new second channel, and yeah, stay tuned for more content. Big things are coming on the way. Alrighty, y'all. I shall see y'all later.